Guys, today we're back with another episode. It's Marcel, the host here. Another episode of Breakfree. Today we have a wonderful guest here, Dylan, who is a pro gamer. So yeah, enough about it. Dylan, just tell us a bit more about yourself.
Hi everybody, how you doing? Yes, I'm Dylan. I'm a 37-year-old gamer. Yes, I've been gaming since 1992.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was even born that time. I was in my dad's sperm donation cells.
No!
On the way making myself.
Yes, yeah, so I'm a gamer, been doing it for years. I love doing pro gaming, online gaming as well. Yeah, been involved in a few tournaments as well, globally. So yeah.
So, before we get right into it, we're just gonna go back to your background, like where did you go school, how was your school years? So yeah, you can give us a bit deeper insight into that.
Yes, so I was born in Beaufort West. I came to live here in Atlantis with my parents because I was a grandparent child, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up there with my grandparents until 1992 when I moved here to Atlantis to live with my parents because both of them had work here. Okay. And yeah, so Atlantis wasn't so rough those days, but because I was new to the place, my father had this idea of buying me a TV game.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day you called it a TV game. These days they call it most a Nintendo 64-bit.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, but I had a TV game those back in the day. And when he bought it for me that birthday of mine, I will never forget, 1992, the 19th of August. I will never forget it, bro. He saw the potential that I had, man, and then he surprised me after that, after he gave me the game. He said, no, I want to show you something else. Then he took me for the first time, he took me to Inwan City. Yo, there where Wonderland was.
Yeah.
Those days there were a big octopus there back. In the middle of the games, and a lot of arcade games, bro, that you can choose from, bro. Not the small ones that they have these days, bro. I'm talking about a lot. I'm talking about really
I think
a lot.
because that time, okay, everything used to start big. Look at the TVs.
Yes.
It was the sound system. It was big, and then as time goes, it just became smaller, much better, compact, and
my first time at the arcade, like my dad told my mom, because I told my mom I'm gonna have an interview about gaming, and my mom told me that about that day. Yeah. She told me that my dad came home and he said that my whole world lighted up that day. Okay. You should have seen my face when I walked into that arcade. You know.
What was your age that time you can start?
I was 5 years of age.
Okay.
5 years of age.
So
I turned 6 that year.
So you can say basically that was your Breakfree that lighted up, that
yes.
Give you that intro to going into gaming.
Into gaming, yes.
Did you study after school?
Yes, I did study after school. I did IT for a bit. Okay. But then I went into a few wrong decisions. But you know, most when you're young, you know, most
rough
patch, you know.
we all have a bit of that in our past.
Some influences and you know this stuff, and
but
yeah, I studied IT. Okay. Yeah, I did a diploma in it. Okay. I wanted to do a degree in it, but yeah, didn't get finished with that. But I'm in a professional application at the moment. Government based. Okay. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting done with my IT degree.
Okay, yeah, that is. What was the idea with IT? Was it to develop games?
Yeah, to be a developer. Yeah, that was developer and administrator. That was my goal into IT.
In that phase, was it like at some points, because I did also study it, but and you go through that phase where you feel like everything is difficult, it's a bit hard. How did it, like, what pushed you through to like complete basically your studies?
Well, like I said, I'm not done yet. It's only a diploma. You know, I want a degree, like I said. Okay. What pushed me through was the fact that I became a father.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had to go work.
Yeah.
You understand? So I only studied until I had a diploma, and then I went to get a professional occupation.
So you went into the working space.
Working space after that.
And
Somehow I feel not bad, but I feel like I could have done more, man.
yes.
You know, because when you're young, you just think about certain things, and that is
Party.
life is a party, my bro. No?
Yeah.
And when you grow up, my bro, you see that life is not a party.
The same thing. They did one song about Siggy, where you say that life is a party when you're young, but when you I don't know the right phrase, but it comes down to when everything is blown over
Yes.
and your back is against the wall and no one has your back, and you figure out, but I'm
Yes.
alone. But in that moment, you have a lot of friends and you just enjoy time, and yeah, so that is basically, and it's quite a good message. And I don't know exactly the date when he wrote that song.
Yo, that was in the 2000s, but I was in high school.
Oh, so you remember?
Yeah.
So
Life is one big party when you're still young. But who's gonna have your back when it's all done?
yeah,
No?
that is like the main phrase of the song,
Yes.
and that is something that people still listen to up to date.
Up to date,
And if you listen to it, it's actually the truth that when you grow up, like you just explained, you became a dad. Probably the friends you used to hang out, they disappeared like one by one.
Exactly, my bro. Exactly. I had to stand my man.
Yeah, because you played with something else.
Man, friend, bro.
You didn't play with a joystick, you played with something else. So yeah.
But I never gave up on gaming.
Yeah.
My mother said even now recently that I'm the only son that you can depend on when it comes to tech. You know, technology. Like when she bought those new covers, it's full of tech, bro. I had to show everything from scratch.
And obviously, it's sometimes a bit frustrated. Your mother there, your level of mindset.
Like I tell people, man, technology, you only have to read, then you'll understand.
Yeah.
My bro.
But people don't want to read.
They don't want to read, my bro. They want the easy thing. That's why I want to go into development, my bro.
Okay.
To develop applications, hardware that can help people, you know, to understand technology better than anything else.
Is it more facing to the older age? I also
facing to the older age, my bro, because you know these Gen Zs, my bro. Woo. I'm telling you, my bro. They're heavy.
Then okay, once you're done with it, like in the working space where you had like your 9 to 5, you still have a 9 to 5.
Yes.
Me too. You need to do something to get an income.
Yes, you need
There's
to do
nothing
something
we can
to
do.
get income, especially with the
economy.
The economy as it is now.
Yo, it's tough, man, bro.
Yeah.
The struggle is getting real.
It's real, bro.
Most people, okay, you were in apartheid. People make it so. I always say I was a part in apartheid.
Yes.
I was born in 1993.
Yes.
So I explained to my friend that official date in 1990 they made an announcement to say we're gonna go democratically, but in 1994, the 27th of April, that was the actual date, which was.
Yeah.
So I was still a bit of a part of it, though I was in a diaper.
You had a year.
I was
people like the board free.
Yeah, I got the board for only after that, so I was a bit in a part. People declared, I'm talking correct, but if you look at history, that is actually what happened.
Yes.
So in that space, when we had a night where obviously you have an experience, we had a bad experience where bosses grinded you and made you like and feel,
well, what I can say is I had a few jobs.
Okay.
I was a driver. That is where the gaming also came in.
Yeah.
But I will get to that now because gaming is part of my life.
Yeah.
You know.
Or part of your identity.
Yes, it's part of who this is me because gaming taught me a lot about life.
Yes.
You know, I never had history in school. But I know a hell of a lot of history while playing Medal of Honor.
Okay.
But anyhow, coming back to what you were saying about bosses going on your heads. Well, in every work environment, there will always be people like that. Ne? You
Yes.
call them the AOLs, you know.
Yeah.
But in every work environment, there are people like that. And you must just look past that.
Yeah.
Just do what you have to do, and just don't make friends. Go to work. Let them be your colleagues. Don't let them be your friends. And you go back home. You
Yes.
know, because at the end of the day, they're gonna stab you in the back
Obvious.
because they're gonna want the position that you are in, and they're gonna tell they're gonna tell the boss, hey, but this guy is doing wrong.
Yes.
Or why is he only getting this privileges and this one is not getting this privileges?
But
Understand?
sorry to interrupt you. It's like how I understand it in everything, in you with gaming, with IT, any field, they call it, even in business, they call it a language. So if you know how to speak the language in that terminology, to put it in that way, then you're gonna get a lot of stuff right.
Exactly.
And what that people, because they don't understand the way you speak and how you address certain stuff. So most time a boss or a leader will have a liking in you because you know how to use the words and how to speak the language,
You know how
and
to
how
walk
to
the walk.
Yeah, how to walk the walk and maneuver you out of. It's like maths.
Exactly.
1 + 1 = 2. But if you manipulate certain stuff to get to a different answer, that is how I decipher certain stuff. You go back to maths. So
Yes.
maths in school wasn't actually. Most people think, this thing just teach you school stuff. But in life, it actually helps you to quite a bit to get along, to get past.
Yes.
So yeah, and that is my thing. What else can you remember in the working place? What was for you a glorious day you enjoy? That was for me the best day.
The best day was when I was working for this one IT company. I was doing practicals there. Was when Wood School and they said that the keyboards is not working and stuff.
Yo?
So I just had to go in there. I had to drive from Cape Town to Somerset.
Sure, it's long, my
just to go change the keyboard. But what I actually did was I just restarted the machine and then everything worked.
Yeah. Nah, that is like sick.
We got paid for the bro. So
okay, you can
so we
disclose that price.
We worked on the systems for Edgar's, Woolworths, Woolworths.
I wonder, okay, to say, how much is it quote for something like that?
I don't know, my bro, because we just go to the job.
Yeah.
You see? And that's
because if you break it down, they're gonna probably quote you for you coming out.
Yes.
And you didn't even start yet.
Yes.
And then they're gonna quote for the job.
Yes.
So yeah. And obviously they tell you take an hour.
Yeah. Obviously I'm gonna take my time.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna reboot that system maybe 3-4 times.
But probably drink a coffee in between.
You know, I had to take my break.
Yeah. Lunch need to be working somehow.
But it was nice, man. It was a nice experience for me, you know. Doing networking as well. You know, doing administrating for companies, you know. Having some hiccups.
Yeah.
Then you don't know what to do. Then you just run to Google, bro.
Yeah,
Google saves you, bro.
That's why it was developed
even the job that I'm in currently doesn't consist a lot of IT work, but I'm the go-to guy. When there's something wrong with the computer systems, they run to me. When there's something wrong with their phones, they run to me.
Yeah. But it's also dangerous because I saw another video and this guy made a perfect example where the IT guy was like everybody go to him. And then someday this guy would give everybody donuts except the IT guy. He's like, okay, now you're gonna see what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
And using the system, he didn't put that guys, he just give that guy yell at work until that guy realized, hey, but I need to go buy that guy donuts. And he gave the box and that guy fixed it just like that.
Yes.
So you must always keep the IT guy happy.
Yes.